Welcome back to another chilly, cabin fever-ridden episode of A Guide to Poor Parenting, a podcast where a podcast where me, Jason,
and me, Jennifer,
have a few cocktails
and talk shit about our friends. You fucked me up with the cocktails.
You want to start that over again?
Yes,
okay.
Please. You said cocktails. That messed me up.
Welcome back to A Guide to Poor Parenting, a podcast where me, Jason,
and me, Jennifer,
have a few drinks
and talk shit about our kids.
Please follow us at Guide to Poor Parenting on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook /X at Poor Parent Pod. Oh my God. I haven't even had anything to drink yet. No more. Nope. A goofball.
Yep, already.
Oh, Miss Jennifer, how's your week of snow days been?
It is not snow days. It's been a snow week, or an ice week, I should say. It snowed and then just froze. And I stayed home because school closed every day. They tried to keep maybe the next day, but they just kept closing and closing and closing. And my neighborhood, I have lots of trees, so the ice is still there. And I was very scared to try to drive in that. I don't mind trying when I'm by myself, but I don't want to hurt Wesley in any way, even though he wants to hurt me in every way. And so I was like, I'm not even going to chance it. So you came and picked us up on Monday, and then on Friday, so that I could have human interaction without having to yell at somebody.
Yeah, Sunday, I remember we had our Sunday dinner and it started raining. It was starting to sleet. Yeah. And so everybody left early instead of sticking around to 9-ish. And then the Monday wasn't too bad. It was definitely icy, but it wasn't crazy. Yeah. It was a little bit, maybe a couple of millimeters worth of ice in some spots. Yeah. Nothing crazy. And so you were hesitant because your car likes to fishtail, I think you said.
Well, yeah, the tires spin, and then it just rained. So
yeah, and the electric car is so heavy because of the batteries. I'm like, I feel pretty confident, and I just drove 20 miles an hour down the street to get you. And I will say the when I was driving down to university, I was amazed at how fast the cops were going. Yeah. And there were a lot of them out on university, and they were just zipping down the road, and I'm like, ooh, y'all crazy. Yeah. I mean, they're always a little crazy, but yeah. And then as I was I'm in the middle of the road. You can't really see the lines super well, but I'm in the middle of the road, and this guy is coming up on me, and I can see my rearview mirror. So I start slowing down. I don't brake, but I just start slowing down because I'm like, you're a little too close. And then, had it been safe streets, he would have been tailgating. Yeah. So I just got over, and I was like, get around me, dude, because you're going 45 on this icy road. You're crazy. Yeah. But you came over. I think we recorded the Snow Days podcast. Yep. And then we had.
We didn't realize it was going to be a snow week.
Oh my God! Because that night it snowed and sleeted, and then
it was frozen.
Yeah, and it wasn't it looked pretty. It looked like snow, but it was just ice.
Yep, and it still is in my neighborhood.
It was probably about 2 inches. Yeah. 2 to 3 inches. Well, probably 2 inches of just snow or frozen snow, basically just ice everywhere. And Tuesday, Kalia and I got outside, and I slipped down the stairs and. I texted Justin, and I was like, I was asking him how he was doing. He's like, yeah, we're trying to stay warm. I was like, yeah, I told him I ate it on the steps. He's like, oh, where'd y'all go eat? I'm like, no, baby. I fell. He's like, oh, you okay? I'm like, yes, I'm fine.
Just old. And it hurts.
And what surprisingly, it didn't hurt myself. I was my shoulder and my left leg were a little sore for a little bit. Yeah. But no hurting. That's good. But, yeah. I'm
proud so far. I have not fallen. Tuesday we just stayed home, and we had done really good shopping on I don't know about you, but I did really good shopping on Sunday, so I had enough snacks and everything for us this whole week, which I'm very proud of myself. Wednesday I just had to get the fuck out of the house, so I walked to our local gas station and got some extra snacks as a treat for ourselves. Got me a Dr. Pepper and got him a Sprite. And then Thursday I decided I want to get out of the house again. And it's like, oh, there's a McDonald's not that far.
Well, I mean, driving, it's like literally 2 minutes away.
Yeah, but walking, apparently it's 1.62 miles away per my watch. And all the sidewalks were ice. I'm so glad I bought my boots when I did, because if I was on my tennis shoes, I would have fell. I know. Because I was slipping and sliding in some spots. And then, you know how in the movies you see people like get splashed by the trucks? Mm-hmm. That happened to me.
Oh, you didn't tell me that part.
I was walking down, and all the sludge is on the side, and this big old like Loomis truck comes fast. And then just hits that slush, and it just goes all over my left side of my body. Oh, no. And I'm like, you motherfucker.
Ooh, how far into the walk was it? Or was it something
This
home?
was really close to the house.
Oh, okay.
And I was walking to McDonald's, so luckily...
Oh, I would have turned my ass
Jennifer
around.
Jennifer wears layers, and I just... stood closer to the wall when I could, but
my God.
Yeah, but luckily no one else was like going crazy like that, because a big 18-wheeler came down and he just was on the other side and he was like going slow, so I was like, thank Jesus, because that really would have got me soaked.
Well, you're talking about wearing your boots, like the Tuesday when Clay and I went out and I ate it on the steps, I was wearing my Crocs, and they're well-worn Crocs, so they're nice and smooth.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I was it was funny because Klee and I got out and we were walking to our gas station because I just got to get out of the house. I want some caffeine, so we walked down there, and I knew it was going to be open because it's owned by a little immigrant, by an immigrant family. So I'm like, I know they're going to be there.
Yep.
And Kalia kept trying to hold my hand. I was like, baby, if one of us falls, the other one's going to eat it. Yep. So it was like, let's not hold hands. And so she started to move away, or like she got close to me again, and I slipped, and I reached out and I grabbed her. It was a reflex. I just reached out and I grabbed her by the fabric on her chest. Yeah. And she's like, ow. And I was like, see? It's like, if you hadn't been close to me, I wouldn't have grabbed you. Right. I was like, if I fall, I'm going to fall too. Right. I was, if I fall, you're coming down with me. And if you fall, so am I. Yeah. So let's not get too close to each other. But yeah, surprisingly, we made it without falling. I slipped a few times, but ever since Tuesday, I was like, I'm wearing my boots. Fuck this. I'm stupid.
Yeah, and Wesley decided he did not want to go either place, which is fine. But he really enjoyed himself, just laying in his bed, playing on his tablet all day.
What surprised me was by Friday, so today's Saturday, we're recording this. Friday, the streets were mostly clear because Zane and I got out on Thursday. We walked down to a local restaurant not too far from us, and we had lunch. And Holmes and Jordan were pretty busy, so I'm like, I feel pretty comfortable driving. So Friday rolled around and offered to pick you up. And where was I going with that story?
Kalia? That she was not wanting to be, or that she was getting stir crazy?
Yeah, she was going stir crazy. So when you came over...
How is it that I know this about you?
Yeah. When y'all came over, normally Clay and Wesley have to be separated from each other because they're just like, they fight and they get on each other's nerves, and Clay is always bitching about whenever Wesley's over. Yeah. But as soon as y'all arrived, they were up each other's asses. Yep.
And he didn't even want to come over. I'd rather stay. Just leave me here. I don't even want to go. Rah, 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 rah. And then he gets here, and they're both playing on their tablet phones and having the video playing, and they're just having a good old laugh fest.
Oh, my God. We had to tell them to be quiet because they were being so loud.
Yep.
And we haven't done that in a while.
Nope.
So what are we drinking, Miss Jennifer?
We are drinking Le Fat Bastard.
Le Fat Bastard.
Yeah, it's a French wine.
Was it French?
No, sorry. It's a Pinot Noir. I made it French with lait. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a really cute label.
Yeah. Where did we get that at?
We went out to dinner at Outback a couple of weeks ago, and we had like a 45-minute wait, so we walked over to Publix.
That's right.
And we were just, I was like, oh, it was a cute, frankly, I just judged it by the artwork on the bottle, which was a hippo, I think, doing like a handstand or something.
Yeah, it was cute.
And it was cute. I was like, oh, let's try it. It was like mildly expensive. It was like $13, I think. I think so. Yeah. I am not impressed by this wine.
It kind of tastes like grape juice.
It is very bland.
Yeah.
There ain't no flavor to it. It's like, I'll drink it.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it is like...
Kind of like the Costco Advent Calendar wine.
Yeah. No, I mean, shit, some of that shit was gross. This at least is tolerable.
Yeah.
This is just boring.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's not gross like some of those... Bleh.
Yeah, but it has it does have a cute bottle. Mm-hmm. I think that's why a lot of people buy wines just based off the bottle or their names.
Well, I mean, how else can you judge it?
That's true.
But yeah,
because we ain't fancy enough to be looking at.
We did. I'm sorry. So finish your statement.
That was it.
We did buy that bottle of unoaked Chardonnay.
Oh, that's true.
But we'll wait for that to warm up because that's a cold drink. But because Jennifer and Wesley joined me and Zane and Kalia in St. Louis.
Thank you.
Like whatever city that is. My cousin lives in, and my cousin Kelly's a big wine person. Like she drinks really fancy wine.
Yeah.
And she introduced you to an unoaked Chardonnay, and you really liked it. And
yeah.
I've had unoaked Chardonnay before, and I really like it too. So I was like, oh, let's see if we can find. And we all keep looking for it, and finally found one at Publix.
Yeah,
so
it's probably not the same as Kelly's, though.
Probably not. I'll have to get her to text me. But, like, even if she texts me, it's going to be hard to find because it's, like, such specialty wines.
Yeah, she fancy.
She is fancy.
We're not that fancy.
Well, we got our drink. What are we talking about this week?
Our discussion topic is friends.
You got a friend in me.
See, and then I say friends. How many of us have...
What's that from?
It's a song.
I got that.
You said, what is it from? Like, you thought it was like a theme song or something.
I got it was a song. I'm just like...
The way that you asked, it was like... Where is that from?
What do you think was a pipe? What do you think Maya Angelou was receiving that as?
Well, I thought maybe you thought it was like a...
Well, a theme song is a song.
Well, but it's not like... It's not a theme song. It's a song. It's a song called Friends by Houdini.
Okay. I got the giggles today. I'm sorry.
You do have the giggles today. It's going to make it as a good podcast.
Well, normally I don't get the giggly until I've had a few drinks in me, but my first sip of alcohol today.
It's adult time. We're free. We can drive.
Oh, Lord.
I tried to get out of I finally drove today since... Sunday was the last time I drove. Today's Saturday. Ooh, my neighborhood still sucks, but we made it.
Did you fishtail at all?
I was driving like...
Oh, like...
I was driving
slow and pedantic.
Yeah, and then I had to go back to the house because we went to Walgreens and they were closed for lunch. So then we ate lunch so that way I could go get my new prescriptions. And I was like, oh, I don't have my watch. And I feel naked without my watch because it was on the charger.
Right.
So I went back home. And I was like, I'm not going in that driveway again because that's kind of scary. So I just pulled in front of the house and got to the house, got back to the car. As soon as I opened up my door, I got my right leg in the door. My left foot goes out from underneath me. But luckily, I'm in my car.
Oh,
so I just kind of, like, it slid, but I fell into the seat. I was like, oh, thank Jesus. That was the only time I've fallen so far.
Oh, God bless.
It is the craziest thing how... icy that shit is. Like, damn.
Yeah, when Kalia and I were walking, well, frankly, so I think it was Wednesday, I walked out to the restaurants near us, and I was like, I just need to get out of the fucking house. I didn't know it was going to be, anything would be open, but I was like, I'm just going to go check. If nothing's open, come home, whatever, but I got to walk. But I found that, like, while I was walking, the parts that were white were the most safe, and the parts that looked a little wet, or like, I don't know how to describe it. You know, like when ice looks a little wet underneath? Yeah. Those were actually the slicker. Yeah. They were smoother, and those are the ones I kept slipping on. So I guess they were like, had melted a bit and frozen slick. Yeah. Or smooth again. But the white ones still had a little texture to them and I could catch, but ooh, yeah.
I just tried to walk in grass whenever I had a chance because the sun was kind of helping. Walking across a 5-lane street was a little scary on Wednesday because they only had 2 lanes of the 5 lanes open where people had been driving and stuff. So I really had to make sure.
What 5-lane? Was it Max Luther?
It was Meridian.
Oh, okay.
This is on Wednesday.
Oh, that's what it is.
Before they plowed. Yeah. So I was just trying to be careful because I couldn't run across the street because I was trying to go to that gas station. But I was just like, okay, we can do this.
Nice.
And I got through, across and back, and I did the little slip and slide, but I never did a lot of it like you see those videos of those people doing. So I was very happy I didn't bust my ass because I'm too tall to fall. I'm too old and broke.
Yeah, when I told my mom I slipped and fell, she was like, "Oh my God, your hips!" I'm like, "I think they're almost 2 years healed.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably fine." It was like the metal's definitely not going to break, and it's like I'm not an 82-year-old woman with osteoporosis, so I don't think I have to worry about the other bone breaking.
Yeah,
but
that's true. But yeah, and we got off the topic of friends.
Yeah, I was about to say friends.
Yeah, friends.
Friends laugh when the other one falls.
That's very, very true, and friends are there when you need them to come pick you up, like you did yesterday, because
Yes.
I really needed that.
Yeah.
Because, I was talking to, I texted my mama, texted Benjamin, and it was just like people just talk to me. I don't like talking on the phone, but I'll text people, but it's different when you get a hug,
Yeah.
from a friend and get to sit and chat. And then I had me some wine yesterday with you guys, and
Oh, yeah.
it was just a good time.
So has Wesley been pretty good this week? Except for last night when he was a terror, but for the snow days, was he okay? Because he just was on his tablet and y'all ignored each other.
Only when I asked him to do something was it a fight. He likes to leave his clothes in the bathroom, and they just pile and pile and pile. And I've been talking to the bug guy. I have people service the yard and the inside of the house, and he was supposed to be coming to spray inside because I saw some ants. And anytime I see bugs, I'm like, you gotta come spray. And I was like, dude, you gotta get all your clothes out because the guy's gonna be coming. I don't know when because we had to keep rescheduling and rescheduling it. But it took me 5 days of me asking multiple times a day for him to finally get it out. Then I found that he had eaten some of my yogurts without asking, because that's what I eat for breakfast. They were underneath the sink because, you open up the doors and you drip the water so that, hopefully nothing busts. And so I open up his doors and leave his bathroom door open so that way all the air can circulate like it needs to. And I see a plate, and I'm just like, you need to throw the stuff away. And he just throws a couple things away and leaves the rest of the trash in there. I'm just like, we're on day 7 of me asking him to throw the stuff away, and he still hasn't thrown it away. So he just didn't want to listen or do anything.
Yeah.
He just wanted to lay in there. And I'm like, dude, I'm letting you. You're having the tablet pretty much as soon as you wake up. Unless, you have an accident and you have to go take your shower and have to wash some clothes. But you're having it all damn day. You can do this. And then he doesn't say, hey, Mom, I'm getting kind of hungry. It's, I'm starving and I need food now. And I'm like, what the fuck? I can't cook that fast. So please, just...
Get to cooking, motherfucker.
Bro, God. But he breaks my shit. I can't trust him to cook stuff.
Now, when Jennifer says she stole her yogurt, Jennifer, when we go grocery shopping, she will buy 4 to 5 yogurts, Yoplait yogurts, just enough to get her through the week. And that's all she eats for breakfast because she doesn't eat a lot.
Yep.
And so, yeah. And he's also, Jennifer and I go shop, Jennifer and Zane and I all go shopping together, and she'd be like, what do you want to eat this week? And he's like, I don't know, I don't care. So he never tells you what you want, never asks for snacks or anything, but will devour everything in the house if you let him.
Yep.
But still doesn't ask for stuff.
And the thing that kills me is we have 2 different types of cereal at the house. And every morning, what's for breakfast? Eat some fucking cereal. I don't want that. Then don't ever ask me for cereal again. We have half a box of Lucky Charms and probably a quarter box of Cocoa Pebbles. I'm like, why the fuck can you not eat cereal? It's not like I'm asking you to eat it every day. You haven't had cereal in 3 weeks. What the hell?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't get it. But, I was just irritated and frustrated, and I just didn't want to be there with him.
Yeah, especially after last night, which we will get to later in story time. So, who are Wesley's friends? Aiden is one name I hear.
Caden.
Okay.
Yeah. And Josiah, I'm, one of the neighbors. I don't know, should we say their names?
Not like anybody knows. Whatever.
That's true. I think there's a...
I don't think our 11 listeners are going to stalk any of these kids.
Yeah. I think there's a Jaden.
Is that a school friend?
Yeah, they're all school friends.
Okay.
Oh, AJ, of course, is...
And Noah. He talks to Noah sometimes.
Well, yeah. Well, that's his cousin.
Yeah.
And he talks to Mikey on the phone. On his tablet. Like, my sister's kids, he talks to them.
Mikey's one of your nephews, right?
Yeah. So, yeah. So he talks to them through the tablet. And I guess he's figured out a way to be able to talk and play, where he'll get his laptop and he'll play Roblox and then talk to them on the tablet and do all that fun stuff. Lots of electronics.
Yeah.
But there's his birthday's coming up. His birthday's actually a day before my surgery, and I really he wanted to do one of the jump parks around here, like trampoline parks.
Yeah.
He wanted to do that, and then I was like, well, this was a few months ago. I was like, well, you can invite a couple friends, and I'll just pay for it out of pocket, because it's cheaper that way.
Totally.
And then one time he asked me if he could not invite his friends, but if he had a girlfriend at the time, if he could invite his girlfriend. I was like, no. And he's like, why? I was like, because, quote unquote, girlfriend, because I don't call them that. You just got, apparently, and
we'll be done with
you've had these friends since you've been at Blossomwood, so friends take precedent over, quote unquote, girlfriend.
But he's in love, Jennifer.
Since I've had him, he's had like 500 girlfriends. Not really, but it's like a new one every week.
Speaking of girlfriends, I got so tickled last night because we were talking about one of your exes.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, hold on, what are you talking about? And I was like, your mom's had several. I was like, we've all had several exes, except for Zane, but we've all had several exes. I'm like, what's the problem? And he's like, I don't know about this. I'm like, fuck. I was like, you got 400 exes. What the fuck are you talking about, kid?
Yeah, and then you asked if it was one of them, and I was like, no, it was another one. And they're like, oh my God, him and Kalia both lost it. And I was like, yeah, he was hot. And oh my God, they were going crazy over it. It was hilarious.
Fucking weirdos.
Yeah. But yeah, so he has some, I would say that they're close friends because they talk a lot. And that's why when he met them at Blossomwood, I wanted him to kind of continue to go with them to the next school because he's a 6th grader, so he'll be in 7th grade next year and go into middle school. Right. And I just found out this week that he got accepted to go to the middle school. So the minority to majority transfer worked. That they took the application and
That's awesome.
I was very excited about that. But when it comes to high school, I think we're just going to be like Deuce's friends, and I think he's just going to go to Lee. Yeah. Because it's close to the house.
I was about to say, are you... the reason I wanted to talk about friends is just because, friends make such a big impact. And I just remember Justin's friends, I had some major reservations on. Yeah. But at the same time, he was so old, I didn't really feel like I could, I was like, well, not much I can do about it at this point. But I think, because Justin, we got him when he was 17, and he went to Columbia High School here in Huntsville, and I didn't know anything about school. It was like a single gay, a gay man with no kids. What do I know about the schools here in town? Right. And he goes there, and I'm like, he was telling me the first week he was there that someone offered to sell him an AK-47.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, there's some lesbian at school, and she showed me the pistol she brought, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, and then the kid that sold him his AK-47 turned out to be his drug dealer, his pot dealer, and lived in our neighborhood, and became his best friend, Drew. So, yeah, and I was just like, oh, Christ. I did not realize what a shithole he was going to, but I don't know. Friends are such a big thing, and you always, worry about the kind of influence the kids are having on each other. Yeah. And I always thought, it's like if Kalia started to get into a bad crowd, I don't know. Luckily, Zane and I have the resources. I'd probably uproot us and okay, you're moving to a country school or something like that, where it's you don't know anyone. I was like, I'm stripping you of these friends because they're bad for you. Yeah. And you need some distance from these people. So
the bad thing about that is there's bad kids everywhere.
I agree, but at the same time, if you, I don't know, it's like it's not always easy to fall in. Like, you can't always fall into the. Sometimes you just happen to be around the kids that turn out bad.
Yeah.
But as soon as you uproot them and you sever the friendship, or you kind of sever the ties, then it's like, if they're looking out for the bad kids, that's one thing.
Yeah.
That's a character problem for your child. But
Yeah.
it's like, hopefully you uproot them and it's like they find another group. And if it's still a bad group, well, we'll just do it again.
Yeah. The only bad thing about nowadays, though, is technology.
Yeah.
Because you can uproot them, but they can still find ways to keep in contact.
Contact I'd be okay with. But like, if she was hanging out with a bunch of girls that were doing drugs or stealing from their parents, or going out late at night, I'd be like, okay, we're gonna move. If it depends how bad it was.
Yeah.
If it was like, we're stealing from the parents and going on joyrides in cars across state lines, something like that, I'm like, okay, we're gonna move Birmingham or something like that.
Yeah.
Get you far, or Coleman, for God's sakes. I don't know. I was like,
Go up north.
I'm going to Ardmore.
There you go. Oh, no.
Nana, go to the school where Nana works. She'll set you right.
Well, where Granddad went to school.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, friend groups really can determine a lot about a kid.
Yeah.
And so, it's like, with her, if she kind of gets associated with a bad group, I don't think she's looking for them. I think she just gets, like, it happened on accident.
Yeah.
But, if we uproot her and something, that's my plan. I don't know if it'll happen, but
We'll see in a couple years.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll look back at this podcast and you'll be like, damn, that's what I said.
I will say, the one thing I luck out with her, though, is she's kind of nerdy.
Yeah.
So she takes that after us. She's not, and she's, I don't know, but she's nerdy, so I'm hoping that'll kind of keep her in a better group.
Yeah.
But she's also the type of girl, just like her mom, to fall in love, like, head over heels quickly.
Yeah.
And, even today, she had a girlfriend, like, a couple years ago. She still talks about her and, like, how irritated she is with her. And I'm like, I could see a lot of her mom in that.
Yeah.
And Kiki falls in love quickly and will do things that I'm like, oh, I really wish she would make different choices.
Yeah.
But, Kiki's an adult, where Kalia, I'm like, oh, let's make better choices.
I understand that. But I think that's also a kid thing, too, because I remember being, quote unquote, in love, like, for 3 years of high school. And then with different boys. But I still loved the other one. And they were the ones that were unattainable, I thought I was in love with them.
Were they gay?
No. Actually, they were not.
Okay.
I'm very surprised.
Yeah.
No, I was never that type of beard that I would fall in love with the gay. I just became friends with the gays.
Right.
Because the thing is that I have always liked boys better than girls. Now, hanging out with straight boys is hard as a girl because then all their girlfriends think that you want their man.
Yeah.
And it gets really just annoying. And at one point I'm like, dude, if I wanted your man, I would have already had him. I don't. He's my friend. And for some reason, straight people think that you can't have, friends of the opposite sex that are straight. And I'm like, yes, you can. I've had plenty. Now, I don't know their feelings, but if they're in a relationship, they're not wanting me.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of gravitated towards the gays, because I know you don't want me.
Yeah.
When you say things like, oh, you're pretty, or I know that it's true. You're true from you because you're not trying to get in my pants.
Yeah, there's no ulterior motive.
Right, exactly. So that's why I've gravitated towards the gays, because I like men. I don't really like hanging out with girls because girls are just like chatty bitches most of the time that are chatty catty. They're just, it's a lot of drama, and I don't fucking like drama because I have enough of it in my life.
You were
with my
friends
son.
with me.
But you're...
My drama's fun?
No, but you don't really... You say you have drama, but you don't.
Yeah, you're right. I don't start drama. I like watching drama.
Yes. But then if it gets too bad, you walk away.
Oh, yeah. I don't like being involved in drama, but I'm a big old gossip.
You are a gossip, but you don't like to watch drama either, because when we watch RuPaul's Drag Race, when it starts getting like...
That's true.
You're like, oh, okay, let me get my phone, or I'm going to go pee, don't pause it, that kind of thing. So you don't really like it like that.
Yeah, right.
You just like to talk.
I like secondhand gossip, or secondhand drama. I don't want to... If I'm there to witness it, I am about to crawl out of my goddamn skin. Because I remember I went to a town hall meeting with some friends where one of our friends was going to address the town of Madison, the mayor and the city council, and he was going to like give them what for. I almost had a panic attack. I had to get out of that room because I was about ready to crawl out my goddamn skin. And I'm not joking. It was like I was hyperventilating.
No, I believe you, because I've seen you while just watching a TV show.
Yeah. But
acting that way.
If there's some juicy gossip,
yes, you would definitely.
Oh yeah, I am there.
All about the gossip. Yes.
So yeah, I'm not a drama queen.
No, not at all.
I want to hear about gossip.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I want to be there for it.
And I want to say I am trying to get Wesley on a good path with his friends. I think Caden, Jaden, Josiah are all good kids. But they're 12. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, how can you?
Right. So, like, when he gets older, my plan is just to make him play all the damn sports and make his ass so tired that he hopefully won't get into trouble. Because I'm sorry to say, my son is a follower. He is no leader. Yeah. And I know he would be the one to just sit in a car while all the people go rob people, and then they'll get back in the car and he'll be like, oh, what'd you guys just do? And then he would get arrested as an accessory because he was there. I can so see that happening, and that scares the shit out of me.
Oh, no. Don't you remember from our conversation last night? He'd be the ones running around the cops, videotaping.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's... Yeah. I don't know how to stop.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Unless you have the resources.
And I don't really.
Yeah. Well, I will say one of your coworkers talking about moving up further into the county. And I think if that, because, I think it's a good plan to get him involved in sports, but if he starts fighting you on it or, getting himself kicked off.
Oh, yeah. Well, he'll be the only black boy in a school full of white. But the thing is that, I've heard stories about the county schools, with Bebe kids. And I think Wesley would find them.
Yeah,
that's what I was talking about. There's bad kids in every school. Wesley would, seek them out. Yeah. Because he wants to be a badass. He thinks that he's going to be the most famous rapper ever.
But I say definitely to move to Coleman, where he's the only black kid.
Yeah, but then I'm scared he'll get shot.
Well, I mean, you might.
By anybody, to be honest. Just being a black boy walking down the street, shit. And I don't want to fucking move to Coleman.
No, I'm just joking.
Where am I going to? I mean, my work is here.
It's just a 45-minute drive. It's fine.
You know what?
No, but I know his cousin knew.
I drive 10 minutes to work, and I like that. But
yeah. Friends are tough because I didn't really have a ton of friends growing up. I don't know. I had a few friends that I can remember. There was a kid in my neighborhood named Kenny when I was probably about Wesley and Kalia's age. But by the time I hit junior high, I transferred to, my parents put me in a private Christian school, and I didn't I was friendly with some kids there, but I didn't really have any close friends.
So you just had acquaintances?
Yeah. It wasn't until I came out and joined the LGBT youth group in Austin that I started getting really close friends. Mm-hmm. But I will say I made some really poor choices because of those friends.
Yeah.
Because I would be like, oh, my parents are gone this weekend. Why don't y'all come over to my house and we'll have a party?
Gotcha.
Oh, y'all want to go do something? Let me steal some money from my parents and we'll go do something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I made some poor choices. I'm not saying because they influenced me, because I was trying to, get accepted.
Yeah.
So.
You wanted them to like you, so you did things that you weren't supposed to do.
And actually, I think probably the worst influence on me was my second girlfriend, Kathy.
Yeah.
She's the one who taught me to smoke. Mm. And she was, I mean, this is all my, I could have said no.
Yep.
But, I was like, I think my life would have had a slightly different trajectory if I hadn't met her.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know, friends are such a big influence on your life. And it's who you surround yourself with is a kind of a big indicator of what kind of person you are, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I surround myself with you, so you know I'm wonderful.
You know I'm wonderful. That's why you surround yourself with me. Yeah. So, with me adopting Wesley, I was like, I want him to have something I didn't have. I was an Army brat, so I didn't have friends from, like, I hear stories about people being friends with the same people since kindergarten.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn, I don't have that. And, well, even though we moved to Huntsville when I was 12, I don't have any of the same friends. I mean, on Facebook, they're just acquaintances. Like, I don't see them in person and hang out with them. But I wanted him to kind of have something that I didn't, where he could be with the same, if he found some good ones, be with the same as he went from elementary to middle. But then, you grow out of your friends.
Yeah.
And Medea talks about the seasons being like a book, like life being a book. Your friends or sorry, not a book, a tree. Uh-huh. So you have friends that are leaves that just hang out for a season and then go away, or you have friends that are kind of small branches that you put a little weight on them and they break. You can know. And then you have friends that are kind of the big branches that you can put some weight on and they're still there. And then you have your roots.
Right.
And I consider you one of my roots.
Oh.
But I met you later in life.
Yep.
So, you're not always going to be the same friends. I feel like if you journey outside of that town where you had friends since kindergarten, but I didn't want him to move around either. So it's really hard to figure out what you want to do for your kid. Like, I want the best for him, but I don't know if these kids are going to be the best for him when they get older and when he gets older. So.
Well, you won't know that until... Right. It's kind of a hindsight thing anyway. When you're talking about the Medea thing, it was funny because I was listening to... another podcast, Trixie and Katya's Bald and the Beautiful. Oh. And they were jokingly talking about they were quoting someone else, but there are friends for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's very similar to what Medea is talking about. Sometimes you just have a friend that's like, oh, we're friends because we were in a class together, or we did this thing together. Some friends you're like, oh, we were friends for, while we're in college, but and then you have friends for lifetime. And I like surprise, when you're talking about the friends from elementary schools, like I had a very stable life, and I don't know anyone prior. Like, I'm not friends with anybody prior to
college.
Not college. Well, later college, because when I started at Southwest or Texas State, those people I'm still in contact with, even though sometimes they don't pick up the phone. Lindsay, I'm talking about you.
She's got 3 kids. Leave her alone.
So Feige picks up the phone. He's got 7 kids. I don't want to hear it. I love you, Lindsay. You know I do. No, but like those I wasn't. Frankly, I wasn't a good friend until I got a little bit more mature, because I didn't treat people well. Gotcha. I'm still kind of. I was actually thinking of like emailing some people some friends that I remember from pre-Texas State that I was like, I was a kind of a shitty friend. But it's also been like 25 years, and I'm like, I don't know if I should.
Yeah, why are you dwelling on that?
I don't know.
It's the Snowmageddon that did it to you.
No, it started earlier that, because I actually started. I have been buying stuff on tarot decks, and I wanted to learn how to read the tarot.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand what you were talking about, so I'm sorry.
So I actually bought a tarot deck, and I don't have I've been watching some videos, and I was kind of playing around with the cards the other day, and not really doing much, but I accidentally dropped them, and then I was picking them up. Well, and it was funny because the videos and the cards that I pulled for myself were like letting go of past mistakes, and I was like, I've been thinking about this for a minute, and I was like, yeah, I do. Not only like past friendships, but just like letting go of like regrets about things that can't be changed.
Yeah.
And those kind of themes.
Gotcha.
They've been reoccurring not only in the videos I've been watching, just happened to come up in TikTok and YouTube, but like the cards I pulled also kind of showed stuff like that too. And I'm like, okay, I need to either figure out a way to move on and just let that feeling go of regret. And but yeah, so it's been interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah. Who is your oldest friend?
Tiki and Drew. So Tiki first. And
So that was from when you were like at Regions, right? So that was 25
something.
years ago? No, how old were you?
I'm 42. So that's 23 years ago-ish. Mm-hmm. So I've known them over 20 years. We'll just say that. They're my oldest friend. And I love that we're those friends that even though we don't talk all the time, when we get together, it's like no time has passed. And I think the older you get, it kind of, unless you make plans like we do, because, Tiki lives in Tennessee, Drew lives here, but she already has kids. They're grown. She got grandkids.
She's been on the podcast.
She doesn't want to be around a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
If you hadn't had Kalia or I hadn't had Wesley, well, we probably would still hang out, but like having the kids and you having a bigger house than me helps, and the podcast helps keep us together. The family trips helps keep us. So we really try to keep this where we see each other a lot. And
well, even you and Tiki, like you don't like talking on the phone, but you and Tiki and Drew like do make an effort to see each other at least 3 to 4 times a year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
whenever Tiki's in town,
yeah,
which is hilarious because Drew lives here and we don't. But it's like I got to get a babysitter because I can't trust Wesley by himself,
right.
And then we do something. But yeah, we definitely see each other multiple times a year.
Yeah,
it's just not every weekend like me and you.
I always get worried about like with Zane because he has this really sweet group of friends from both Peace Corps experiences he did, and he doesn't make a ton of effort to keep in contact with them. Like he'll see them almost every other year for like reunions and whatnot. But he's always like, oh, they called me, and he's always so happy whenever they call. I'm like, why don't you call them? And he's like, oh, it's just every time we talk, it's like we never spend any time apart. I'm like, yeah, but it's important to, especially those friends, like to be in contact with. So I'm always kind of harassing about it because I don't know if I'm OCD, but I'm probably like of all the friends I have, I am the one who calls people the most religiously. Like I call all my friends very regularly.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that are the ones here in town I don't call that much, but the ones here in town I regularly make an effort to reach out to them and like organize something. But even my friends from college, I talk to them. I try and call them at least once a month. Some of them are like pretty bad about picking up, like Lindsay, but admittedly I give her a lot of grace because she's got a lot on her plate.
Yeah.
So I don't begrudge her. And my friend Michael, like I call him, and my friend Feej, I call them weekly.
Yep.
And like Michael, I don't know. I suspect he probably would prefer I didn't call as much. He probably would have let our friendship kind of fade if I'd let him. But I'm kind of annoying like that. It's like when I get in the car, I want to call people and talk to them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's one thing I hope I modeled to Kalia and my little brothers is to keep in contact with your friends because they make your life so much better.
Yeah.
And I worry about that with Zane because I was actually watching a TikTok about this, like how with straight couples that female widows do a whole lot better than male widows because female widows, women in a marriage have a ton of friendships usually and are good about maintaining them. Where for straight men, they're not, and their wife is their only friend, and they rely on them to organize things and get things out. And I worry about that with Zane because if I were to die, I think a lot of the friendships he has right now would probably, I don't know that they would like cease, but they wouldn't be as frequent, definitely. Yeah. He wouldn't see anybody as much.
Yeah.
So for all our 11 listeners out there, please call your friends.
Yeah.
Regularly.
Well, I don't know about that, but
yeah, or at least text them.
You are very OCD about it, definitely.
Well, I mean, like, if we ever move away, I will be calling you. I don't care if you want to talk to me on the phone or not.
I'll just move with you. Remember, I told you, you're not moving away from me. I'm gonna stalk your ass. I'll be retired by then, anyways.
Well, I think we're at your transition spot, Miss Jennifer.
Okay.
So, for all our 11 listeners.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. If you have any funny stories about your kids.
Or if you need some bad parenting advice, or if you have any ideas for topics.
Please email us at guidetopoorparenting@gmail.com.
Please do.
We haven't gotten a single email.
Yeah,
we would
come
love
on.
to hear from
Third
you.
season. Come on, guys.
Benjamin, if you're out there, email us. Even if it's an inappropriate picture, that's fine.
That's why Jason looks at the emails.
Right. So we've had our cocktail. What have we been snacking on today, Miss Jennifer? Or do you want to ask me?
No, it's okay. You already asked me. Salami and smoked provolone. And you put on fancy crackers, but it's Aldi's. So.
And they were fancy.
Ish.
They were good.
They were really good,
better than the wine.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, there's a good meat and cheeses with the wine.
Oh,
but
yeah.
The crackers were a little... I made a mess over here.
Yeah, we do apologize if we try and like pull our faces away from the microphones to chew.
Yeah, definitely.
But if we ever chew, not that any of y'all email us, but if you ever do, please let us know.
Yeah, please.
All right, so we've had our snack time. Now it's story time, and I think it's Miss Jennifer's turn.
Yep. So you brought it up earlier today. So yesterday, I needed human companionship, and I try not to let Wesley stay up too late because he turns into a holy terror when he gets tired.
Oh yeah.
There's no, I'm tired, let me go to sleep. It's like he's on level 1000.
He is super hyper.
And it's really difficult. Well, we get back from dinner and it was like 8:30, and he drops his tablet outside and then comes in and he has to clean up a room that he stayed in, and then we can't find his tablet. So we spend like 10-15 minutes trying to find the tablet and couldn't find it, don't know where it is. So I'm like, okay, we'll just look for it tomorrow. And we get home and it's 9ish by that time. And I'm like, all right, go get your PJs on, get ready for bed. You're 12, I'm 42. If I want to stay up a little bit later, I'm allowed to because I'm an adult.
You bitch.
Yeah, apparently. So he throws a temper tantrum. I want TV. I'm like, no, you need to get ready for bed because it is past your bedtime and I don't want to fight. Well, I brushing my teeth and I'm getting into my night clothes and he's in his bedroom and he's being really loud with his basketball goal and basketball. And he's just like thumping all through the house and just making so much fucking noise. And my bathroom's right next to his bedroom, so I'm hearing all of it. So I open up the door and I'm like, Wesley, please stop. Please get in your PJs. And then he just starts screaming at me, shut up, leave me alone. Shut up, leave me alone. So I get my phone and I'm like, okay, I'm going to record you. So I have probably a minute of him just saying, shut up, leave me alone. I'm like, well, you're not going to get your laptop tomorrow. Well, you don't have your tablet, so just know this. Shut up, leave me alone. And it just gets like louder and louder and louder. And I'm like, fuck, okay. So brushing my teeth, he comes out. He's like, I could have had 5 minutes of TV. And I'm like, well, trying to brush my teeth, so, it's gerbiled, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. You need to go to bed. I could have 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. And he's like, are you slow? It's like,
rich coming from a kid with an IEP.
I'm like, no, I didn't say anything. I just continue to brush my teeth. And I'm about to have foot surgery. So he says, when you have foot surgery, don't ask me for nothing. And I hope you fall. And if you fall and you ask for help, I'm going to be so slow in helping you. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't say nothing. I just continue to brush my teeth. And then I go in my room, get ready for bed, and I just keep hearing the thumping. So I'm trying to, because he's scaring the fucking dogs too, which just pisses me off, because, like, they don't deserve this shit. I don't deserve this shit either, but he doesn't have any thought for anybody but himself.
Nope.
This is him tired and mad because he lost his fucking tablet. And this is how he takes it out on me, by banging and banging and banging. Well, then he decides he's just going to continue to open his door and slam it and walk out and then go back in and slam his door. So I slept worse shit last night. And that is what my story time was. It sucked.
Sorry. I was about to say, do you have the recording? You want to play it? Put it up to the microphone and play a little?
I mean, I can.
When you showed it to me, I was just like, oh my God.
I mean, like I said, it's just shut up, shut up, shut up.
Shut up, leave me alone. Shut up, leave me alone. Shut up, leave me alone. Shut up, leave me alone.
I mean, that goes on, like I said, for like a minute. Well, longer than that, actually. But I mean, like of the recording. I don't know. That's just what he does.
Yeah. I haven't, like, I'm always amazed at how bad, like, he's always kind of, like, iffy on behavior, but, like, especially when it's late at night, like, if he stays up too late, it is horrific.
Yep.
It is borderline violent and
Yep.
just, like, crazy, especially if he doesn't get his way.
Yep.
And what the ridiculous part is, Jennifer and I were in the car. I was going to take her and Wesley home. He couldn't find the tablet. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go look. So I come inside. We're just looking everywhere we could think. Couldn't find it. Mm-hmm. Next morning, or next day, today, when you two arrived.
Let me stop you real quick.
Yeah.
He tells me in the car on the way here, I'm just going to go to Josiah's. I'm like, what about your tablet? I don't care. It's gone. It's like, okay, did you like break it and throw it away? Why don't you care about your tablet? He's like, it's just gone. Someone took it. I'm like, no one took it. You put it somewhere and we just don't know where the fuck you put it. Why wouldn't you not go try to find it? But then we get here and then you continue your story.
And like, I'm going to the restroom and you text me you're here. So I come out and he's on his tablet. And I was like, where was your tablet? And he's like, oh, it was in a drawer. Someone put it there. You dumb motherfucker. He obviously like stuck it in the drawer of the back bedroom and just didn't think about it.
Yeah.
And then like threw a goddamn fit last night.
And blamed it on somebody else because he never takes responsibility for his own actions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yay. I don't think that was a really good story time because it just wore me out, but that's what I deal with.
Those are the best stories.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh my God. Kids.
Yeah.
Why did we do this? Why did we do this?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I question myself every day.
Well, for those parents who still like their children,
Yep.
Thanks for listening to another episode of A Guide to Poor Parenting.
If you like our podcast, please give us a 5-star rating on whatever platform you're listening on.
And if you don't like our podcast, just the word... Hold on.
Oh, try that again.
And if you don't like our podcast, just like when our kids lose something, then blame it on us.
Yeah, tough shit.
Go to bed.
Go to bed.
And don't be a butthole.
That's right.
Bye,
Bye
y'all.
guys.